Hey friends, I hope you are all taking care of yourselves out there. I know that there's a lot happening in the world, a lot happening in the US. There's a lot happening in my city right now. And I hope you're taking care of yourself and you are doing what you can to stay focused and to stay motivated, because I know sometimes it's difficult. I get it. And before we go any further, I am 1,000 trillion% with the Black Lives Matter movement. Black Lives Matter, holy fuck. It shouldn't need to be said. It shouldn't. But it does. Because police officers are still murdering black people for no reason. And white supremacy still exists. And it's our duty as white people to actually do the work now and to talk to our relatives and to talk to our friends and family that maybe aren't on the same side as we are. One thing that I've seen from a lot of my black friends the last few days has been a resounding, we're tired of teaching white people how to do this. We're tired of telling them how they can help us. Like, it's our duty as white allies to talk to those people that we know that maybe aren't just in the echo chamber of who we talk to on Twitter all the time. The last few days, I've been sharing things and sharing information as quickly as I get it and as quickly as I can on Twitter and on Instagram. And I realize I haven't posted anything like officially on YouTube besides sharing all the black creators on Tuesday and posting things on my community tab, because I wanted to make sure that all the information I was getting was right. And I wanted to make sure that anything that I was sharing was not misinformation, was correct. And when we don't do that, that's when you get stuff like what happened on Tuesday with Instagram, when people had good intentions to start out with sharing the black squares in solidarity, but it ended up burying things that are useful. So that's what you get when you have hasty information and hasty posting. So I wanted to take the last day or so to focus on things that I can share things as quickly as possible and to not just post something here on YouTube hastily. I've had so many friends that have been out on the front lines and that have been out protesting and videotaping and filming, sharing their homes with people who need places to recharge. And I wish I could be out on the front lines. I wish I could be out protesting right now side by side with people, but because of my own health issues and my sister's health issues, and because she works with the elderly, we can't do it. We can't do that. And I know that that's the similar thing for a lot of people, is that you kind of feel helpless. You're like, I can't be out on the streets because I have to take care of my health, and it sucks. And I know, and I feel kind of like I'm very restless and I want to be able to do what I can. So for us, what we can do while sitting in our homes, we can donate what we have. We can sign petitions. I can't count. I can't tell you how many petitions I've signed in the last few days. I can't even count them all. Write to your legislators, write to your leaders, and talk to the people in your lives that maybe aren't as educated or aren't as informed on the situation, or who are just fucking racist. It's our duty to dismantle that, because black people have been working hard enough and they're getting killed for it. What's been happening the last few days is not just a result of George Floyd being murdered by that police officer and 3 cops standing by and letting it happen. It's the result of hundreds of years of racism and white supremacy, and it's at a boiling point right now. I've seen some people say why riots, looting, blah, blah. They've been more upset about the looting and the breaking of cars and the setting of cop vehicles on fire. And it's like, cars can be replaced and merchandise can be replaced, but you cannot replace a life. And when people say Black Lives Matter, it's not saying that people who aren't black aren't important. That's not that at all. It's not that at all. And if I see anybody posting anything like all lives matter, or what about the good cops, or the riots, they don't need to be violent. The cops have been the ones instigating the violence, and the people who have been peacefully protesting have not been the ones starting shit. The Seattle PD has had a history of being violent and escalating things for no reason. Like when the Occupy movement happened, the Seattle PD was roasted over the coals. National news was talking about how fucking violent the Seattle Police Department was. That's fucked up. So the last couple days, I believe last night, everything stayed relatively peaceful. And then the night before, it stayed peaceful. But before that, it was getting wild. But the first Pride was a riot. So riots work. Not saying you need to go out there and start breaking windows to get your point across, but people trying to demonize the rioters more than the police officers, they're missing the entire point. The entire point is that this institution that's supposedly supposed to protect and serve the community is disproportionately murdering Black people. So with my time, I've been donating money when I can, where I can. I'll leave links to places that I've donated and other places. I highly suggest you looking up local spots, local bail funds, and mutual aid funds. If you do attend a protest, this is information that I have taken from my friends who have been going. Do not travel by yourself. Bring masks, any sort of eye protective equipment, water, just something to keep your energy up, because the last thing that a protest needs is for people dropping out of exhaustion and out of heat stroke. Stay hydrated and travel in at least in pairs. Like, stay as safe as you can. And if you are somebody who is white or who is non-Black going to a protest, it's our job to listen to the leaders and protect the people with our privilege. Because, hello, white privilege is a fucking thing, and if anybody says it isn't, where have you been? So please be safe. Please be safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Sometimes I forget that, like, not everybody follows me elsewhere, and not everybody realizes how vocal I am about a lot of things. And sometimes I assume that people know what my stance is on things, and I apologize for that. I apologize for maybe not being as upfront about things here, but as somebody who has been very, very vocal against hyper-capitalism, and I've been very, like, eat the rich, I'm a vocal feminist. I have vocal anti-capitalist ideals, and I would be a bad feminist, and my anti-capitalism would be stupid and fake if I didn't also recognize the fact that everything that annoys the hell out of me about the hyper-capitalists and the rich and the 1%, all of that shit disproportionately hurts Black people far more than myself. And right now, COVID-19 disproportionately hurting Black people and people of color. So I do promise to maintain that energy with everything. As much as I fucking hate Amazon and Jeff Bezos, I hate racism more. All of it is intersectional. So your feminism isn't feminism unless it's intersectional, and your anti-capitalism isn't anti-capitalism unless it's intersectional, because it's all connected. It's all part of the same white supremacist structure that this country was unfortunately built on. And it's our job right now to listen to Black leaders and to speak to our friends and family that maybe aren't as with it. It's our job to do that. And obviously, not everybody can be out on the front lines. Not everybody's body was built for it. But then you can use your words, you can use your voice, you can stay loud, you can use your money, you can vote with your dollar and vote with your actual vote. Holy shit. Like, when all of this was happening, I was like fucking forgetting that Tuesday was an election day. Vote corrupt local politicians out of their offices in your area. Vote out people who are bailing out cops. Vote out people who are not holding police officers accountable. Vote out people who are upholding legislation that further hurts the Black community. Vote those people out. Do your research. And I'm not just talking about the president. I'm not just talking about the president. Local people at the city level, at the city council, mayor, governor, all of it. There's a huge thing right now to move to try and get our mayor to resign, because she okayed and did not condemn an entire neighborhood being filled with tear gas 3 days ago. During a pandemic that affects your respiratory system, the police in Seattle felt the need to fill an entire fucking neighborhood with tear gas. People in their homes were getting it through the windows. That's not okay. And we need to defund these police organizations. We need to cut ties with police organizations. There's been a ton of petitions going around to have the University of Washington cut the relationship with the SPD. Just a lot of schools to cut their funding and to cut their partnership with the police. So while we have hospital workers having to reuse their face masks, we have police officers looking like they popped straight out of Call of Duty. There's no need for that. There's no reason for that, because these protests have been peaceful. And anybody who tries to ruin that for their own clout, people like Jake Paul and the like, they can eat glass. Okay? So, like I said, I will have links to things in the description below. If this video does stay monetized, I doubt it will, but if it does, I'll be donating all the ad revenue from it, and I'm going to continue to share things and to share things that I'm donating to and that you should look into in ways that you can help even if you don't have money, because there are ways that you can help even if you don't have money. Literally by signing a petition. Petitions are the easiest things to do. Like, it's so simple, but you also have to keep doing this. You have to keep the energy going, not have this just be like a one moment thing. Like, you have to kind of keep that energy, and it's not enough just to not be racist. You have to be anti-racist. I ordered a bunch of stuff from some Black-owned brands yesterday. I already have a bunch of things, but once I get everything in the mail, obviously shipping is slower right now, but once I get everything in the mail, I want to bring back that Black-owned makeup brand challenge that Jackie Ina came up with a couple years ago. And I'm going to continue to talk about things that I feel are important, that I feel like are important to know and important to understand. And I will have links to great videos also in the description down below. I'll have links to mass lists of like bookstores that you can support and buy from instead of Amazon if you're looking for material to read, to educate yourself on. Links to brands, Black-owned brands, if you're looking to try some new makeup, some new fashion things, and all the creators I talked about on Tuesday. They will be linked in the description as well as some more people. Because I have a megaphone here. I have a megaphone. Like, I don't physically have a megaphone, but like I have a platform, so I have a megaphone. So it's my duty to use it and to stay loud and to continue to stay loud. And I will be posting other kinds of content on here because I know that for a lot of people, they still need something to disengage throughout the day. It's like if they go to a protest for 12 hours, they need to go home, sleep, take a shower, and watch something that they can turn their brain off for like 20 minutes. So I'm still going to be posting here. I'm not sure about what the schedule is going to be. I'm not going to promise to a schedule or anything right now. If you don't want to see like more kind of continuous updates or things that's going on, especially in Seattle, Instagram and Twitter is where I've been posting things. And I encourage you to check out all the charities below. And because I couldn't post a video without having a song of the day, Run the Jewels, fucking love those guys. Holy shit. They released their record, RTJ4, early for free for people to download and pay what you want. So if you are looking for some very loud and great and angry hip hop to play in your car on the way to a protest, Run the Jewels is great. Like, holy shit. Seriously, that record is fantastic. And I was listening to it all day yesterday. Thank you all for watching. If you are going out to protest, please stay safe. Travel in pairs at least. Stay strong. Stay rested. I wish I could be out there with you, and I'm going to do whatever I can to use this space and to use my online megaphone to stay loud, because it's our duty to do so. So, love you all so much. Holy shit, Black Lives Matter. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.